Yo, what's up guys? My name is Holly and welcome back to Chronicle. This is the home where some of my favourite people now get together, tell some awesome stories and hopefully take you guys along for the ride with us. On today's episode we're going to be playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, so if you don't know what that is by now, it's about time you get to know. And we have the perfect place for you to do so right here at Chronicle. We are going to be returning to the world of Cthulhu for this session, which is a homebrew world of my own creation. We've been here for 40 sessions. This is our 40th session. Let's go! I think it's about like 63rd, maybe? 62nd.
A lot of sessions.
Yeah, 62nd episode. So if you'd like to catch up on anything that you might have missed before we jump in to the session for tonight, or in fact after, if something here has piqued your interest and you don't quite remember what happened, all of those sessions before, please do check out the YouTube link down below where we have all of our archive videos over there. We also have our one-shots over there. We have a one-shot that was recently, our most recent one was DM'd by Connor.
What's up?
So if you'd like to check that out, some of the one-shots there, we would greatly appreciate it as well. We also have Lockie's campaign, Blissful Oblivion, which we'll be returning to soon, a couple of weeks' time, in the world of Planthera. We also have Xander's campaign. I think it's split into two arcs. We have Infrasound and Slippery When Wet. So please do check those out. Those ones are running every second Wednesday. So this week coming, I believe, we're returning to Arbarn, a world of their own creation. So yeah, please do check those out. We also have the gaming streams on Sundays at 8. If you'd like to check out some, I believe it's been Valorant, Dead by Daylight. We also played Civ last week.
How'd that go?
Ray's
I'm
winning.
winning! Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I have the biggest bonus because I'm so bad.
I think I got a 30% bonus to all yields.
Anyway, yeah,
Honestly
we're not sure what we're doing this week.
But anyway,
Figure it
tune
out.
in because it'll be great. I should also note that we don't have any Jack or Ash, unfortunately. Yeah, no Jack or Ash
They're
this
busy
week.
burning in the sun.
They're off in Queensland.
Same thing.
So we hope they're enjoying themselves, but also we miss you, so come back soon.
Please.
I think that's pretty much it. We also have the links to our other social media down below as well. Our Instagram, as well as the YouTube, the Discord, the TikTok is down there as well. I am a Chronicle Instagram enjoyer, so I would be very, very happy to see you all go over there and support Leah's awesome art. They've been doing a recreation. I don't know what you call it. Remaking.
Revamp.
A lot of cool art has been happening over there for the current party at the moment. We've had Ira. We've also had Kruger as well. And you have to tune in to the Chronicle Instagram to see who's next. And Xander, of course, has been hard at work doing a lot of awesome reels and a lot of awesome art. So, yeah, please do check that out.
They give me a genuine giggle every time I watch. Most of them are actually quite funny.
They're great. Yeah. I think that's everything. I don't think I missed anything. I do have a recap because we're moving into the next phase of this arc. So I've got a little bit of a recap before we get into the prologue today. So bear with me. And we'll see how this goes. This is just to refresh everybody's mind. Obviously, Mark has rejoined us as well. So this will just be a recap to kind of see what happened last session and where we're going from here. Last session, the party learned that the mysterious figure known as the Wanderer had been tracking them on their journey to the Temple of Eklios to break one of the chains that bind Nadria's patron Chivoth to his pocket dimension. After hurling the severed head of Busby at Nadria and Ira, who spoke with this figure in the dead of night, Nadria managed to get a glimpse of the Wanderer's face thanks to Chivoth's divine sight. With many days of travel through dense pine woods besieged by freezing temperatures and blizzards, the party set their sights on the rising stack of dark smoke that swallowed the sky. After doggedly following its trail for days since its appearance, the party eventually discovered that the town that they had been travelling towards, Gosa, was the source of this apparent fire. Traversing rolling white plains of snow, the party eventually arrived at the base of an enormous wooden portcullis made of roughly hewn tree trunks designed for giants. After a brief, albeit tense, encounter with a figure known as Torek, the gatekeeper, the party were permitted to enter into the once great city of Gosa. Upon their entry, they found a town pockmarked with craters bearing boulders that had been hurled at its denizens, and hundreds of small, smouldering fires amidst charred and ruined buildings. As they entered, the party found themselves in the company of a new friend, Rog, who acted as the Cyric for the town. Rog revealed to them that there had been a shadowed figure at the centre of the flames that brought this town to ruin, as well as the presence of infernal creatures, though he could not recall much information. With the help of Rog, A9 and June managed to repair fallen sections of the town's enormous wall, whilst the rest of the party were introduced to Kimberly, a travelling cleric of Eklios who had been guided by her god to Gosa to help spirits pass over. After proving their worth as capable healers to Kimberly, the party revealed that they were travelling to the temple of her god. An astute individual, Kimberly was able to discern that they were attempting to break Chivol's chain within the temple. The party spoke with Kimberly about the possibility of her guiding them to the temple, though she seemed to need more convincing in consultation with her god in order to make any promises to the group. And that is where the session ended. So, a really quick game, I'm just going to drink and then we're going to get into the prologue. Let's go!
Shit.
Is that Coke?
Conkies. Oh, a nice little butterbeer joke.
It's blood!
Delicious.
It's the tears of my players as I make them cry.
Yes.
It's from
Yeah.
Japan.
The
Huh?
tears?
No, the cup.
Oh.
Oh.
Freshly
Alright.
imported.
Moonlight seeps in from the cracks in between heavy, slightly porous stone. The strands of silvery, wispy moonlight descend from above and cling to the edges of the chipped and weathered walls within the cathedral-like hall. They brush the tips of dozens of cracked stone pillars that line the outer edge of a circular chamber, sunken in the centre. Vines crawl and spiral their way up these pillars, painted in a muted though glittering hue of silver under the moon. Where they once supported the now partially caved-in vaulted ceiling of this space, the vast majority of these pillars have been snapped into pieces and scattered across the floor. Lush green moss and vibrant purple lichen now swallow the remains of the pillars, just as it insidiously swallows the walls and the carved stone tiles of the floor. Captured and held within the moonlight that creeps into this room to set it alight, snowflakes drift sluggishly to the floor. Some of them melt on impact with the stone, whilst others join the inches of snowfall that dust the stone below. Particles of dust swirl upwards with the snow as the blanket of white takes its place instead. The moss seems to shiver under the touch of snow that gently falls onto their exterior before vanishing, seemingly absorbed by the otherwise lush greenery that inhabits this space. Everything is still and quiet. A silence dominates the space, reclaimed by nature, its artificial elements decaying in the wake of this harsh climate that seeps into its once shattered hold. A set of cracked, shallow steps lines the exterior of the sunken centre of this aging stone fortress, inviting any visitors to step further into the clutches of the room itself. At the centre of it all, an open sky beckons a spiralling blanket of snow to fall from an almost perfectly circular opening in the caved-in stone ceiling. It hangs in the air, lit by the silvery strands of moonlight that fall with it. The snow brushes against an enormous brazier made of brilliant gleaming gold, yet to be touched by time and the elements that seemingly fall around it. Purple and white gems stud the outside of this brazier, running along heavy golden straps that keep the long angular spikes that guard the bowl in position. Charred remains of a once lit fire seem to smoulder at the base, still untouched by the snow and moss. In fact, the entirety of this section of stone floor that houses the brazier is free from moss, lichen, and snow that covers the rest of the space. Darkness obscures the corners of the cold, harsh space, impenetrable by any moonlight. At these corners, the porous stone and intricately carved stone flooring is invisible, dominated completely by the shadows that collect there. Along the back wall, at the corner furthest from the remnants of what was once a doorway, the shadows shift in place. Wisps of dark smoke waft outwards from the corner, swirling around the debris from the pillars. Bits of stone crunch and crumble underneath the heavy impact of these shifting shadows. The shape shifts again. It moves closer to the edge of the shadows. The thin strands of moonlight meeting the dark, smoky wisps that curl away from the corner. Brilliant silvery light washes the tip of a gleaming canine the size of a long sword in a muted ivory. Drops of crimson blood fall intermittently from the curve of this enormous fang to the pristine white snow below. A long, scarred muzzle emerges from the curtain of black smoke and shadow. Further and further, it moves beyond the darkness. Silver moonlight catches on the edge of the muzzle. It rises higher and higher up the colossal face until a sliver of light creates a bar across the creature's eyes. Dark, blood-red eyes that are pupilless, narrow.
Fuck you!
The pillar
take that
closest-
L, Leah.
Damn it!
The pillar closest to it topples under the weight of a heavy clawed foot. That's so bad. I'm so sorry.
Don't apologize, that was great.
I regret shit.
It shifts again until eventually it emerges completely. Until it emerges completely from shadow. But our story for the evening
Well done.
begins in the
That was
besieged town of Gosa, high in the Dawnvale Mountains.
What's with the devil dogs, man?
Do you need a moment, Leah?
Weep.
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 No. Our story for the evening begins in the besieged town of Gosa, high in the Dawnvale Mountains. A colourful group of adventurers stands amidst a bustling med bay, weary after days on end of travel through harsh conditions, and even more and more tired after having spent most of their healing, most of their energy remaining from their travel, on healing the people that have been left, the denizens of Goza that have been left injured, some of them clinging to life. The Named. What would you guys like to do?
I can't believe we're still calling ourselves the name.
Things
Give
are
a better
stuck
name.
now.
Give me another name.
No.
The doors.
The door. Even
No.
like the nameless is cooler than the name. Well, I guess
That's
that's
the
the
bad
play.
time.
That's the
I
play.
still think my favorite thing is that he would go like, the named. I was like, no.
Yeah, because we're a play on the nameless few.
The named come, the great heroes like, no, please don't call it.
Hey, it'll get cool at maybe session 100.
we could be the named many.
To
Then
be
it's even
fair,
more
some of
like
them,
this.
it's
I think
fun
we
having
had
a
this
bad
discussion. I think we had this exact discussion about being the named many as well.
Just
Yeah.
just rehashing it because the name.
It hurts again.
Yeah, and every time it
We should be the KGB.
No.
We
No.
should not be.
Um,
No.
So, where are we at right now? We're in.
So, I think where we left off last time was you guys had all kind of regrouped in the med bay after having repaired the wall, and in Val's case, been going around kind of snuffing out fires, helping people to kind of reclaim spaces that had been lost to flame. And obviously the group that had been healing, or being, I suppose, judged in their healing capabilities by Kimberly, you'd all met again in the med bay. And I think she was going to whisk Abelard away to continue with.
I think we're both still. I was busy trying to create a triage system, and like, no, guys, you need to stop doing this. Cat is fucked.
That's right, because you got mad that Abelard was taken away.
Oh,
Mother has
Not
chosen
Nadria,
me.
I mean you.
Yeah.
You as Leah.
man.
We finished the wall, guys. A9 built it. It was pretty good in the end.
I mean, no, all I did was supervise. Rog did most of the hard work.
That is true. Rog did most of the hard work, but
Rog's outside. He's not allowed to come in.
Rog's like still working on the wall. Well, yeah, we did a great
My
job
back.
today. Anywho, Rog, you keep up with that. No. What are we up to? We've still got goals, don't we?
Oh, we met someone in here that is a follower of Eklios who maybe
Sick.
could help us at the temple.
Have we talked to them about guiding us yet?
She said that she wants to speak to her goddess first.
You didn't say yes, which makes me worried.
It's,
She
Is
already.
there technicalities involved?
I don't know. She just said that she wants to speak to her.
it's a solid maybe.
So we didn't ask?
No, we did.
We did, and
Kind
that
of,
was
yeah.
what we got.
Okay.
We're not going anytime soon, right? We've been out in the mountains and snow for days. I think we've at least earned a small break.
She did
right?
say that she was planning to leave in 2 days as well.
I'll take 2 days.
That's a great timeline for us.
It'll take 2 days.
Because we're also curious about these fires going on, aren't we?
I think that would be a good idea.
It'd be nice to know what caused the fire.
Rog was speaking about some demons earlier.
Yes. Well, I think we have a general sense that it was.
I did tell you guys
Yeah,
this morning that
exactly.
the Wanderer guy said it was them.
What did you say?
I did tell you guys this morning
Oh,
that the Wanderer.
sorry, I've just had a big lapse of memory between this morning and right now. It's weird. I sort of forget in that middle
Yeah,
period.
it's like
of
it's
the
been a
day.
week maybe.
Yeah, it feels like a long time.
Yeah, it feels like about a week.
So that's probably our best guess for that one.
And it might be good to get rid of any other monsters hiding in the town so they don't do it again.
So we want to go monster hunting today?
Maybe
I'm
not
so
today.
tired, please.
I show my hands. They're kind of like the rims of my coat and stuff are kind of like stained in blood from like pushing guts back into bodies and stuff like that. I'm like, I would like a bath
Fair.
Okay.
and a night's. I think we've all earned a night's rest. All of these guys were running around doing magic and shit. They were saving lots of lives. It was awesome.
I think that's why I like the cut resetting an arm right now, just manually. It's like,
I think we've all earned a rest. And you guys built a wall, and you were putting out.
Yeah, fine.
You were putting out fires.
Donald Trump.
Actually, really smart. See, I think we've all earned a night off. Inside, maybe a bed, at least indoors.
I mean, if we can find any. What's the state of the town? Is it lots of buildings like out
Yeah,
of
I would
service
say maybe 75% of them have been completely charred,
Oh shit.
burnt. Most of the people in the town, you gather, are probably actually in the med bay at the moment. You might be able to ask around and see if you can find lodgings there. I think Kimberly might have mentioned to you guys that she's staying in the lodgings for the guards garrison. And she said, I mean, you might be able to ask Torek about that if you'd like to, but
Worth
yeah,
a shot.
I'd say you can definitely have a look if there's anything in particular that you're trying to find around the town to see if it is there or not.
Is Kimberly within eyeline?
Yeah, I'd say she's kind of just a couple of beds over from Abelard.
Out of character, who's Kimberly?
Goth lady.
Mother.
She is a priestess of Eklios, or
Yeah.
at least associated with Eklios. Priestess?
She's a cleric of Eklios.
And we're heading to the Temple of Eklios, and so we think that we might leverage her knowledge to guide us the rest of the way.
Right. And do we meet her in this town?
Yeah,
Yes.
she's a medic currently, and so that's why Krugar's covered in blood, because Krugar had
I was
to
a
go
scrub.
help.
Gotcha.
And that's why everyone's on healing duty right now, because they're all trying to earn brownie points. with Mother.
Simp to
Mother.
simp to goth mother.
Yeah.
Stand no chance.
Stand no chance. Yes, this is true.
Okay, well then.
What time of day is it currently? What time did we actually arrive in Gosa?
I'd say you arrived maybe early afternoon.
Okay.
It definitely wasn't a quick journey from where you were to Gosa. So I'd say you're probably after that, maybe getting close to 5, 6
Okay.
in the evening.
So it's getting
Things
late.
get pretty dark pretty quick here.
Val,
Yeah.
do you want to go ask Kimberly about housing? I don't want to talk to her. She's.
How come?
Intimidation, I would say, is the largest thing. I'm not out of character. I'm not sure how much I actually witnessed of Kimberly.
Nothing. You
Nothing?
are outside.
None.
Yeah.
Just visually intimidating.
She's
She
fine.
she does look pretty intimidating. It's definitely clear that people are almost reverential towards her here because of how much she's done in healing. She also has like quite a maybe what's the best word, like she looks very passive, like she doesn't look happy or anything.
Impartial?
Maybe,
Okay.
yeah. Maybe nonplussed is the best way to say it.
She's not that bad.
She's fine.
Scary at first, but actually quite
She's not
alright
that
to talk with.
scary.
We made good idle chit chat and talked for
Yeah.
like a whole hour.
I
She
can go
didn't kill
and.
me on the spot.
We just want to know if there's a place to stay.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we could. I think she said we could maybe go to the barracks. Maybe we'd have to ask.
Okay.
Or maybe there's a tavern that isn't burnt to the ground.
We may have to talk to Tarek.
Yeah.
That is what she said.
Yeah, I gotta.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Do I have to? I mean, I should go talk to him, but I don't think he wants to talk to me.
Sorry, Val, I think I sent you on the wrong way. I think there's someone else we're meant to go talk to.
Yeah.
Oh.
We gotta go talk. You know that out of character, we met a big stone giant at the entrance of the town called Turok, and he was very. He didn't want to let us through, essentially, unless we were going to be useful, and he kind of reluctantly let us through.
Okay.
So, talking to him, it's a bit like, you again, sort of thing.
So we're not gonna go talk.
I mean, I mean,
No, Val, you are going to go talk to Tarek.
We're gonna go talk to talk.
yeah. Unless we want to camp outside the town or camp in the middle of the street.
How come I can't ask Kimberly?
Oh no, they already asked Kimberly and they said go. Kimberly apparently said go talk to Tarek. You can
Oh.
ask Kimberly if you want to.
Okay.
She'll probably say the exact same thing she told
Oh,
us.
we'll go.
Who knows?
It's
Maybe
up
a
to you.
pretty-
If you'd like to speak to Kimberly, you can. She might give you more information. Who knows? Or if you prefer to go speak to
Why
Tarek,
not?
you
Let's
can
go
also
to.
do that.
Let's go to Kimberly.
Let's go.
I'll
Sure.
say that maybe I wasn't aware that you're.
Val's got that professor Riz.
Honestly, yes.
Sure. So having been pointed out by the rest of the group, you can see Abelard is maybe 2 beds away. You're in this large, what would have originally been a mess hall, but it's since been set up with cots and various like makeshift beds that house all of the people that have been hurt in the siege. As you go past, you can see a lot of what appear to be crushed bones, many people suffering with broken legs and things like that, arms. That have been trapped under a lot of the large logs that were dislodged from the wall around the town. You can also see some people that have really kind of gruesome, huge splinters, maybe the size of like a sword, that have kind of like pierced into different parts of their body that she's trying to heal and that Abelard is working on as well. And that you presume the rest of your party have been helping with throughout the day. You can see a relatively tall figure who is leaning over a bed with one of these large splinters that she's...
That's not a good time to be like, people are dying and I'm like, yeah, we want to fuck off and go to sleep. Is that okay?
Hey, this place sort of sucks. Is there like somewhere else we can hang out?
She's in the process of... She's removed it. She's in the process of stitching it. And there are maybe... There's another person that's kind of nearby, but seems not to be helping perhaps has been told to just stand to the side. She has kind of long brown hair that falls in rivulets around her face and curls against what is honestly really sharp and angular jawline and high cheekbones. She's wearing an intricate lattice of intersecting kind of metal plates with swirls and different kind of patterns on them. It's very high quality armor, and she has a purple cloak that's kind of attached to one of the shoulders and is kind of swinging behind her. She's obviously very focused on what she's stitching at the moment, but you can call her to attention if you'd like to.
You go for spell.
Okay, I'll just approach her and just say, excuse me, is now a good time to talk?
She
Have I spoken with this lady before?
No, you have not. You were
She
you were outside putting out
immediately
fires.
looks
Okay.
up. Her eyes are very kind of sharp and calculating. They narrow a little bit. Yes, now is a wonderful time as I'm stitching someone's bloody arm. I don't believe we've met. Kimberly.
Val, I'm part of, I believe my group of friends might have spoken to you earlier.
I noticed the gaggle of people standing around at the center not doing anything. What can I help you with, Val?
Hang on.
Trying to help out and be like, do you mind quickly casting this spell? I just need this wound patched up.
Yeah, I cast Heal Wound.
It's like an attempt to bail him out of this and be like, just quickly. Or like there's like a stab wound. I'm just like, can you just quickly patch this up? I don't really...
Okay.
So, I'm assuming you had another purpose for coming over here?
I'll be quick. Maybe I can.
You should probably ask first.
Can I use my spells to maybe help her out?
Yeah, sure.
I've got
To help
Cure
her with the
wounds.
arm? Sure.
Perhaps I can just give you some assistance. I can cast a spell to help out.
In what way?
Quoi?
You're just going to put your hand out and heal the wound that she's stitching?
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll.
Sure. Roll. I think it's. Is it 2?
It's a D8 per level.
Sure. What level are you casting Cure Wounds at?
A D8 per level.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go level 3. I want this to be.
Damn.
Just give
Yeah,
it
go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
spicy
mad flex.
Yeah.
Mad flex.
Yeah, we're gonna be like. Don't worry, I got you.
Let's
so
go.
It's a 3d8.
Yep.
Yes, 38.
So a 5, a 5,
10.
and an 8. Oh my god.
18.
He's
Nice.
18 plus 8, is
Plus your wisdom.
it? 18 plus 4.
18 plus 4, so
22.
22.
Yo!
Excellent. So,
Good
you put your hand out, and you can see what appears to be this kind of deep forest green kind of light that emerges from your hand as you hover it over, touching the figure's arm. And steadily you watch as where she had been stitching by hand, you can see that the sutures actually just close up completely, and it looks almost as if there was no wound there at all in the first place. She raises her eyebrows. Well, now we're talking. What can I do for you?
I just wanted to quickly ask. Me and my friends are very tired from many days of travel. And I'm wondering if there's just any place nearby, perhaps, that we could spend the night just to recuperate our energy.
Well, as I said to your friends before, I myself am staying in the guards' lodgings. Perhaps you can ask Torek if that's something that you're interested in. I don't know exactly how much space he has. Alternatively, I suppose somebody here might have an inkling if there is still an inn about that hasn't been ruined. I've spent most of my time here. It's rather rare that I've been going back to sleep at all.
Thank you.
Of course.
Walking into the building, is it a pretty horrific sight, like gore and like a lot
Yeah.
of sick people? Do I see any old or damaged equipment?
Depends what you're looking for.
Just any like medical equipment, like beds that might be broken or like tools that are dull. Is it-
Roll an investigation check for me. So you're specifically looking for them, or are you just like casing the joint to see if you can see anything already?
It's not going to be like I'm not going to scour the place. I'm just
Okay.
it's just a quick glance around.
Sure, roll a perception check for me.
This is a worse roll, but it works better with it's.
You're honest. And we
Well,
appreciate
there
that.
was. Oh, that's a 1. I thought it was a 20.
Yo.
Oh, that's a 1.
Sure.
Oh, poor buddy.
For the most part, what catches your eye is, at first, a lot of beds that are primarily wooden, and most of them seem to be actually just like almost like pallets on the floor. Like there's no bed frames or anything in particular that catch your eye as need to be fixed. A lot of the things that kind of immediately draw your eye to them are, like I said, those huge splinters that have just kind of broken off these large tree trunks that make up the wall and have embedded themselves into different parts of people's bodies. You can see that there's an older gentleman who is currently just screaming throughout the entire like makeshift med bay in pain as they try and dislodge something that's probably about this big, maybe about this wide, of it, like a splinter, a shard that has been pushed into his intestine and it's currently kind of trying to be pulled out. And kind of drawing your eye away from that, you find yourself looking at Val, who doesn't really know what he was supposed to ask Kimberly, just that he was standing there and then eventually healed and they had a brief conversation and that's where your eye was drawn.
Sure. I'm going to approach as well.
Kimberly?
Yeah. Has anyone described Kimberly yet? Do I know of Kimberly?
If you just came in the door with June, then yeah.
You got pointed out, Kimberly, as we
Yeah.
pointed it out to Val.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
That one over there. Yeah. Honestly, very, very chill person. They're actually quite pleasant. They don't be intimidated by them. I'm sure they would appreciate any help you have to offer.
I'm going to approach.
Oh, good. Another. What
I'm
now?
sorry to interrupt. It looks like you're awfully busy, but I just wanted to offer a hand. I'm not a medic as some of the others are, but I'm a talented artificer. So, and engineer. If you have anything that needs fixing or repairing, just
Well, there is a whole town that's, been burnt to smithereens. She thinks for a second. Are your specialties in metal or?
metal, stone. And wood. I mean, I can work with quite a range of materials.
Very well. She takes a step back from the bed and kind of picks up a rag that's already just blood stained to shit and doesn't look like it can do that much. She wipes her hands on it and kind of gestures for you both to follow her. And you are coming along with us as well, Val?
Yeah.
Or
Be glad to help.
perfect. I don't believe I caught your name.
My friends call me A9.
Interesting
Uh,
name.
Yeah, a bit unusual. Yes, it's my model number.
And how do you feel about being referred to as your model number?
Well, I mean, it's a name my friends gave me, so I think,
Sentimental.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen your kind many times before, so if A9 is what you wish to be called, then A9 it is. And she kind of waves you on. And she is kind of looking around. Holy shit, is that your laptop?
Yeah, what is it about to erupt in flame?
It's just having a day. I'm so sorry.
That's
It's not
okay.
I thought
even-
that was mine. I'm like, what am I doing wrong?
It's not
I thought
even
it was raining outside.
overheating. It's quite cool.
To be fair, my laptop is the same thing. I think
So
it's
does
just
mine.
one with gaming.
Just gaming laptop things.
It should stop in a second. Sorry.
Vent
Just
for
gamer
me.
things.
Doesn't
Gamer
mean to-
thing.
Oh my god, we're gamers.
Oh my god, gamer girl.
Gamer girl. Goth gamer girl.
She looks around the area and she kind of gestures towards what appears to be a long kind of banquet table that you can see has just been kind of... There's been like a plank that's been put on the top and on the bottom, and it's just been like shoddily hammered in to kind of hold the two parts together. There's various kind of splinters that have come off from this table. There are different implements that are littering the table, look like scalpels, small knives, daggers. There's kind of broken bits of glass on there as well that you think might either have been from different potions or vials, things like that. There are a couple of strips of leather that appear to be kind of very well worn and almost fraying. Same with like different bits of rope. And there's, like I said, cloth that's been stained with all manner of things, looks pretty dirty, that sort of stuff that she kind of gestures towards. Well, I think this is probably be the first place to start.
Alright, well, I'll see what I'll do. I'll get to work.
Anything that I can help you with?
I'll let you know if anything comes to mind.
Perfect. Well, let me just see what she can do for you here. She is going to hold a hand out towards you. May I? Your hand, arm?
Yeah,
Anything?
I'll extend my arm.
Sure. She just kind of taps your forearm and she's cast guidance on you.
Oh, that's cool. Awesome.
Roll a perception check for me.
Wait, so does the guidance apply to this?
So, beforehand, and then she'll give you
Oh, okay.
guidance
Okay.
as she's casting it.
Is that another one? Oh, that one's a 20. Okay.
Right, so as she leans in and begins to cast this spell, you can see that one of her irises, her right iris, appears to be a slightly different colour. She has kind of steely grey eyes. And you can see that in her right iris there appears to be flecks of purple. You rolled a 24
Perception.
for but 20 plus...
0.
Oh, okay, just okay.
A natural.
It's a natural
A natural
20.
20.
20 plus 0.
You can see that they appear to be arranged in almost like a curve or a spiral that kind of splinter outwards in her iris. And you watch as when she casts the spell, this kind of complicated pattern appears as she waves her hand. And the iris lights up and kind of flares with that purple light as this kind of geometric pattern appears. And she casts guidance.
Does it seem mechanical? organic?
You can roll an Arcana check for me. Or religion.
Beep-a-bop, beep-bop. I'm gonna go with Arcana. That is my specialty. 19.
19. You don't think it's mechanical. You think that there's something about this that is arcane? Or is... You've never seen anything like it. It seems like it's tied very heavily to the magic that she casts. And it doesn't seem to have been... You're not sure if she was born with it, but it doesn't seem to have been specifically put in her iris by like a machine or something like that. It doesn't seem that she's been experimented on, for example.
Sure.
It seems like it might be arcane in nature.
Sure.
though with a 20. What did you roll?
The
Just a
perception
19.
was 20.
Yeah.
The Arcana was 19.
Yeah, with a 19, it's certainly unusual, and you think that it is. I mean, you do know a cleric, and it doesn't seem like it's specifically a clerical thing. Might be an Eklios thing, but someone's telling you that you don't think so.
Sure. That's quite the interesting eye you have.
As you're staring at the eye, as soon as it finishes casting, you see a light shimmer, a pearlescent shimmer kind of cover it. And it seems to be, with a 19, covered by an illusion immediately after.
Oh.
Interesting. You saw my eye?
Yeah, I see two eyes.
I think we both know which eye I'm talking of.
I take it this isn't something that...
Now that is a long story. Unusual. Just like you going by your serial number, I suppose.
I wouldn't know. I haven't interacted with many other Arcanoids.
Most of them are given names by their creators, or if you prefer a more cynical approach, owners. I prefer to think that the individual should be able to determine their own name.
That's quite an interesting thought.
What do you think?
I suppose.
You suppose?
I think I'm happy with my name. As I don't have parents as such to give me a name, but I think my friends are the next best thing.
Self-determined too. Nice.
That's awesome.
Sorry, out of character, I didn't catch that. What was it?
Self-determined too, she said. Nice.
Self-determined.
Mm.
I'm sure Anan would be aware that other Arcanoids are not.
Yeah.
Like pretty like apple picking machines, etc.
Yep. Yeah. And she's just said, I mean, most of them are given their names that they are referred to by their owners or by their creators. So she's just remarking on the fact that you have chosen your own name.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've gathered, I'm more complicated than your average everyday printing press or farming robot.
Yes, I can't say I know the intricacies of machinery, probably as well as you do. But you are certainly unique to what I've seen.
Well, I'd be very interested in learning more, but I imagine you've got countless injured to tend to, and I've got some tools to fix now.
Well, if you are interested in discussing it more, I'm sure I will be finished here at some point this evening.
I think that would be quite lovely.
Pleasure. Anything else I can assist either of you with? Very well.
Wait, would you just one second? Okay. So where you said there's broken glass, there are some. What else did you say was on the table? You said the table itself was damaged.
Yep. So the table's been broken into two separate pieces and has been held together by a plank, and just kind of shoddily hammered in. You can also see that there are different kind of scalpels, daggers, other like hunting knives, those sorts of things. There are strips of leather, there's cloth as well. Most of the metal appears to be blunted or has been like actually broken off in some cases.
Sure. If you have any metalworking tools on hand, that could be quite handy, although I'm aware that metalworking probably isn't the kind of thing that you'd typically perform in such a space.
Not my specialty, no. Maybe I can source something for you, though.
just 1 second. Right tool for the job. How long does it take? 1 hour. No, I think I should be fine. Given some time, I could fashion some tools myself.
Well, very well. I mean, Torok is usually the person to go to if you have any concerns about tools or anything of the sort. Rog is also relatively handy at sourcing things.
Oh, I'll look into that shortly.
Well, let me know if there's anything I can do to assist.
Likewise, if there's anything else we can help with.
Also, I was going to say apologies that our first topic was just me asking where we might be able to stay. I am able to help in, I guess, healing others.
It's okay. I don't think there's anything wrong necessarily with getting to the point when we're trying to remove massive splinters and grievous wounds from people. I would gladly accept your help if you're willing to give it. I am finding myself a bit drained recently.
Be glad to help. And I like to use. I've got quite a few spell slots.
Sure.
I can use to, I guess, go around and.
She'll gesture to some people. Have at it. I will leave you to it. For the sake of things, you guys are just going to go about healing. You're going to repair some tools and things like that. Excellent. Anything else the rest of you want to do?
Do we want to go maybe secure an inn if there is still an inn standing?
I guess I'll pass on the information that I got from. I guess I can say like, oh yeah, as I've said before, the options are talking to what's his name?
Torok.
Or she said potentially could ask some people in here. They might know of any places that might still be remaining.
I look to a guy with like a massive like piece of glass in his eye or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, I want to ask that guy. Hey, do you have an inn you can stay at? Is there any non-injured people like walking around, like some nurses and stuff?
Yeah, there are attendants and things like that.
I'll try to get one of their attention, like, boink, boink. Excuse me.
Sure. Most of them are Goliaths. You can see a couple of people that are... okay. Kind of a middle-aged man. I'd say, actually, maybe he's in his, like, late 30s, I'd say. He's incredibly tall. You assume that he is of Goliath descent. He appears to have a kind of familiar, like sandstone quality to his skin, almost, which you've seen before on Igrisa. And he's very broad-shouldered and has blood kind of all the way up to his forearms, which you can see have kind of intricate runes and geometric patterns, like very, very angular, that kind of reach down to his knuckles on his hand.
Do the runes say anything particular?
Most of them, there's nothing like
no symbol for like healing or symbol for strength or anything like that. It's just
so they are symbols for mostly strength, courage. You can see there's one for vitality. It doesn't seem like he's a healer. It seems mostly like he's just pitching in. And you can see, based on what he carries on his hip, which appears to be like a relatively large axe that has kind of got the back has kind of been broken off from where it was once a double-sided blade. It looks like it's just been shorn in two on one side. He kind of heads towards you now. Yeah, alright.
Hi. Me and my friends were being... Bless you. Me and my friends have been helping out a little bit, and we just need somewhere to stay. Is there potentially an inn that's not burnt down that we could maybe set up, like shop in for a couple of nights?
Not that I know of. We've not got too many visitors around these parts. Most of the time, people are really just kind of heading over to the rest, and that's pretty much it. It's not really in. It's just like they might have like 1 or 2 beds spare in their like of their stable. Most people here are like here to stay.
My permanent residence, okay.
Yep.
Good sir, is there perhaps a couple of abandoned houses in this area after the recent conflict?
I mean, most of the people in here at the moment have abandoned their houses to be in the med bay.
That makes sense. They can't really go home if they're here.
True, which actually puts us in a slight spot of trouble if we use someone's house, there's a chance that they're still using their house.
Probably.
You're talking about stealing a dead person's house.
I don't think it's stealing a person's house. We're just planning on, if there was an empty house, better to use it than not, sort of thing.
That seems kind of unethical.
Really?
Yeah.
Just to
I
stay
mean,
out of the store while we work on trying
well,
to...
the town's been like burnt and stuff, and like people here have got like their insides like leaving their body and all that, and you're like,
We've no
gonna
malicious
steal
plans
their
if
house.
that's... We're not planning to steal anything or ruin
Well,
anything.
my suggestion would be like, if you don't want to go to the rest, which is really like the only inn we've got here is like a restaurant with a couple of beds above their stable in like the attic. My suggestion would be you might be able to find some beds in the garrison.
Well, you mentioned there were 2 beds. There was like a short supply of beds in the rest, and I
We
think
could squeeze.
there's
Most
a
of us.
fair few of us, which is the trouble.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, pretty slim pickings at the moment.
Where might we find this place called The Rest?
It's one of the only buildings
Still standing?
Yep.
Is
It's
it like on the other side of town or just
Oh
around the
yeah,
block?
you go like straight ahead, and then you go down the steps, and then you go down another set of steps, and then you turn to the right, and then you go down another set of steps, and then there's like, oh no, sorry, you go out, and then you go down another
Ooh.
set of steps, and then you go down another set of
Uh-huh,
steps, and then
uh-huh.
you turn to the right, and then you
Uh-huh.
go up the steps,
Uh-huh.
and then you go to the
Uh-huh.
left, and then you go
Uh-huh.
to the left again,
Uh-huh.
and
You're
then
writing
that's
this down, Kruger?
where it
Uh-huh.
is.
Good, good.
Uh-huh. Wait, that seems like a circle.
Yeah.
The rest is here?
Oh, hang on.
We were always at the
Okay,
rest.
start again.
So you go straight ahead,
Uh-huh.
then you go down the steps, and
Down the
then
steps.
down the steps, and
Yep.
then you go to the right,
Right.
and then you go up another set of steps, and then
Yep.
you go to the left, and then you go straight ahead, and then you go to the left. Sorry, I forgot the straight ahead at the end.
Okay,
That
okay.
makes sense.
Thank
Yeah.
you very much, Mr.
Oh, you asked me my name.
Yeah.
Let me actually get you the name for you. I was not expecting you to talk to a rando.
I'm all about those randos.
While this convo's been happening, Val's gone back off to help others.
Eyeballs
Good
just
job,
covered in
guys.
fucking blood. He's been like helping this one guy. He's just soaked in blood. He's like, oh, this is great.
This has been the first time that Val has been into the med bay. Because I
Yes.
can I just say that I've been out putting out fires and he's come
Yeah.
in and then I've kind of just gone straight to the gang.
Sure.
Junior said, go ask. And I'm like, shit, there's people.
I like bedside murders. Is just kind of my stories where the military has been like, oh, one time I saw a guy and it's like way worse than this. You're lucky, yeah. He had his entire arm ripped off, got
To be fair-
tendons everywhere.
The 2 doctors that I've been to did exactly that.
Damn.
Yeah, Abbott bedside manner is not good, but he's just like talking.
If that's what you're doing, like repeatedly, Kimberly would come up to you and say, "Now listen, I don't know what it's like where you're from, but usually people that are in pain and need to have things removed from their body or put back into their body don't want to hear about other graphic, gruesome things.
Oh, really? I haven't
Maybe
seen
keep their mind off it by asking about their day."
that. Like, look, this guy with impalement. I'm just like,
You know how to make small talk, no?
Do we hear her say that?
Sure. Roll a perception check.
And I just kind of look, and just be like,
So a 2 or a 4? That's a 4. Nah, ignore me. I'm busy talking.
Yeah.
I looks at this guy with the impale. It's just like, so how is your day?
Oh.
Maybe.
Oh, you know.
I asked him how his day was. I just pull out the spike.
I'm beginning to sense I've misjudged you.
I'm not good with people. I'm good at fixing the people. Not good at talking to them.
Interesting. Well, perhaps it'll get better over time. I meant maybe don't just ask them about their day, maybe ask them about themselves. It's always good to get a name to a face.
Yes. Civilians do that.
Civilians do that.
I love it.
Certainly. Very well, I will leave you to it, Abelard. She kind of steps away, but she's watching you very closely for the rest of the day.
Oh, my name's Yos.
Yos.
Yeah, Yos.
Yes, it is.
Yos.
Yeah,
Yos
yeah.
Queen.
Slay.
Is that your middle or your last name?
Oh, that's my last name. And that's
Your
what I,
sleigh.
that's what I do every day.
Yeah,
What's
Yos
that?
means it literally though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Slaying bandits. Monsters?
I was not going to make this canon, but sure. I was joking.
I'm making a cannon.
I was joking.
No, just like intruders and stuff.
Is that like how?
I do like hunting and stuff.
Is
when
it
I'm
like
not
how
busy.
some people have like the name? There's a friend of mine who has the
Like
name.
hunter and all that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do your parents' job
I
was
don't
like,
know. I think it
to
was.
slay?
Well, I think it actually came from how we, got our position in the clan, by like slaying our enemies.
Wow. So sorta.
Like, I guess so. Yeah.
I say in giant, much respect.
History is a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Well,
He kind of looks. He looks a bit skittish and shifty at the moment, and it's easy enough for both of you to kind of to see that with your passive insight.
Can I roll a more
Yeah.
in-depth insight?
Same.
Sure.
Would you mind doing me a favor and passing me my dice from behind your head? The silver box furthest to the right, I believe.
baby, let's
go. That's the one.
Put them in your mouth.
Put
I
them
always
in
do.
my mouth. Natural 20 for a 24.
Whoa! Let's see if I can do it. No, I got 11.
Something about him specifically mentioning his clan and how they got their name. It was embedded in a layer of something that he was trying to hide.
Yos, what's that over there? Kruger, should we ask him?
I'm pretty sure it's like somebody who's almost dying or something like that.
Oh, no, oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it
rolled
is.
a natural 20.
damn. Damn. I will say in giant. What clan do you hail from? I guess the Slay clan?
Yes, I too hail from the Slay clan. I slay every day.
I slay every day.
No, like a lot of, well, yes and no. Like that's my immediate family and my kin, my clan. But the clan that I usually come from kind of has an interesting name for themselves that isn't appreciated by a lot of people. So we go by Slay now.
Is it too personal to ask any specifics about
I
that?
only just met you, so
That's okay.
like,
That's why I asked. I respect
Yeah.
that.
Do I know anything about any particular clan that would be somewhat unfavorable throughout history?
Roll a history check for me.
I need to get expertise in this. I seem to be rolling these a lot. Natural 20 to a 2. That's fun. Yeah, that's a fun.
Oh.
2 nat 20.
No.
No, a natural
Oh.
20 to a 2.
No,
So 5.
sad.
Yeah.
No. I mean, there's a lot in history that could have been disgraced. You did hear about a group of people called the Zorax. From Torek, I believe. Unless
No.
you didn't
No,
ask?
no,
He referred to
Yeah, he asked me who the true Yon was, and
Sure.
but he didn't give me any info because I was just like, and then he didn't like me after I said the wrong answer.
What did you roll a new history check for that one? Did you roll
Just then? Oh, back
no,
then.
Back. Do you remember? Was it
Low,
okay?
low.
Well then,
And he wouldn't give me, and he
you
wouldn't
don't
give me,
know.
and he
You
wouldn't
don't
give me
know.
the time of day.
Yeah.
Because he was just like, oh no, you like, because I said, oh, normally the Yon is proven to be the strongest warrior in
Sure.
battle, and he was just like, no,
Oh my
wrong
God.
answer, fuck off.
Horse just appeared at my fucking crotch.
Scams.
Scared me. Yeah, thank you, horse.
Well, honestly, super thanks for the directions to the rest, and
Yeah, alright.
I hope you have a great day. We will be
Thanks,
heading
Yas.
the other
Yeah,
way.
pleasure doing business with you.
Let's go.
Okay, we'll go. I'll follow these
Keep
directions.
slaying.
You too, Yas. Slay.
Slay Queen.
Yoss is so slay queen.
Yoss has killed many an Imperial.
Hey, June.
Regicide.
June,
Yeah?
you've traveled like a lot of the world.
I'd
Right.
say I've been over most of it.
Do you know anything about any unfavorable Grothkin giant clans that he might have been referring to?
Outside of character, quite possibly depending on DM discretion. I have an ability, which as a part of my ranger abilities, I get advantage on rolls about information about giants. But
I mean,
that's
you'd have
also
to
up
roll
to
a
you.
history check, but that would be with advantage.
Or would it be... Is history an intelligence check? Yeah, it would be an advantage, if we accept that ability. Because it's also
Yeah,
a
that's
bit
fine. I'm
game-breaking.
saying you can roll with advantage.
Wunderbar. It's a 9, firstly. It's a 14, secondly. And a 14 plus a 2 is 16 in total.
That's actually pretty good.
It's okay.
Yeah, I
We'll see
mean,
what
well, this
happens.
is the information that I thought Torek had given you last time, but my
Nope.
mistake. There is a group called the Zorax, which they're a group of kind of rebels
Mm-hmm.
that sought to overthrow the Yon. They were previously in power. And were ousted by the Yon, but they were the current Yon. So they were thought.
The one that is now.
So the Zorax were before in power,
Mm-hmm.
but they were ousted by the Yon
Okay.
because
The now Yon.
Yes, the
Okay,
now
cool,
Yon.
cool.
Because of the kind of oppressive rule that they had and their brutality in a couple of wars that were like small skirmishes that kind of gave the giants a bit of a bad name amongst the rest of the population of Wyladium and had since fled to their more isolated positions now.
Would it be likely I would have heard this over discussions at the Maiming Peaks with the...
Probably
What are the sheep folk called again?
the Montiscos.
Could you say that one more time?
Montiscos?
Montiscos. Kruger, yeah. They don't sound like the best people. But yeah, and I relay all the information to Kruger.
So the Zorax, they were the ones in power, and now they're not.
Yeah.
The Zorax are the bad guys.
At least that's what I hear passed down amongst the tribes, amongst the clans. Not your clans, different clans. It's okay.
Sometimes rebels have a cause. I mean,
I think often rebels have a cause.
like if they thought that their Yon was bad for being oppressive and giving their kind a bad name, maybe they were doing
I don't know.
the right thing in their eyes.
I think everyone's just trying to be a traditionalist on top of a traditionalist, and it's bad eggs on bad eggs, in my opinion.
I can relate to that.
To the salon.
To the rest?
Yeah.
So are all of you going to the rest, or
I was
You're
awfully
leaving,
standing with you guys. So.
Val,
I'm gonna stay
A9
here
and
late
Abelard?
tonight.
Yeah,
I will
so
begin to
I'll-
walk out and then be like, oh wait, hey guys, trying to get their attention. Like, hey, Abelard.
I'm just like stopping really awkward small talk. Looking down at me, just like, what?
Abelard, we're going to the rest.
Okay, just let me know where that is.
Down the stairs, up the stairs,
I
to the right.
get out a little bit of like
Down
punishment
one
and-
set of stairs and down another
Here.
set of stairs, and then you
That's
go
your
to
copy?
the right.
I look at him and it's like,
It's confusing, but hey, if I get lost and you get lost, at least we'll be lost in the exact same spot.
I don't think that's how getting lost works. Anyway, I'm
Don't
gonna
stay
put
up.
it up.
Don't stay up too late. You'll exhaust yourselves.
I like roll it up, put it in my bag, and like turn back and say, where were we again?
oh,
So out of character question, as we travel along to the rest, does the stairs that we go down, is the rest, firstly, was it just a fun bit of flavour that the multiple sets of stairs that we go down? Or
no,
is
so
it
I described it.
a lower elevation?
I described it last session as being a tiered city. So there are different levels. This is kind of the highest.
Uh-huh.
It's not like Runalorm in that, you know, there's different like pockets in a wall or anything. It's much more traditional medieval, I would say.
Like Gondor?
Yeah.
More like Rohan.
In inverse or upverse?
Gondor's pretty like gigantic.
So it's
Hobbiton.
yeah, kind of.
I see.
It's like there's little platforms that have buildings on them, and then there are stairs that kind of go to a different platform.
It's like a main pyramid, but much larger scale.
Sure.
I see it.
I don't understand just yet, but that's okay. I'll ask you more questions after session.
Sure.
Okay, so we gotta go down, and then we gotta take a right, and then we gotta, but wait, and then I like have like wait, but on what direction do we start?
He said go straight ahead.
We start from here.
But what if I hold it like, and then
Oh,
Kuga gets confused?
Give me this. We're
I'm
going
assuming
straight.
Dilbert and Ira are coming with you guys as well.
best friends.
Dilbert will stop hugging people and giving them warmth.
Yeah, well,
Dilbert was just hugging folks saying, oh, we're going!
sure. You
He'll
guys.
come along.
He gives you solid directions. Like
Yes.
it's not a huge. Yas, Queen.
Yas!
It's not a huge town that you can like really easily get lost in the network of intricate alleyways and things like that. The directions that he gave you are pretty solid, and there is in fact a kind of large wooden like oval shaped sign with just like really shittily painted like the rest on it in like white, almost like chalk paint. No other flair to it. It's just kind of hanging there right above this actual tavern itself that is only 2 floors. Appears to be a little bit singed. A lot of the roofs here are thatch. So it appears that some of it has kind of been eaten away by this fire. There are scorch marks that are kind of smattered across the front of this like of this stone building. These roughly hewn dark wood support pillars at the front, and these beams that kind of cross the surface as well. And there appears to be like a separate building that's kind of attached to it. That appears to have like almost like a gazebo at the bottom. And you can see that so it's open face at the bottom, and then there's a second story attached to it, so not a full gazebo.
Cool.
This is what happens when you follow the map properly.
On the door.
You hear what sounds like a ping ping as something breaks loudly in there, like the sound of snapping wood, and then just pots and pans kind of scattering across the the actual
did you just break the door frame?
floors in there, and then you can see a moment later, like the door, I should point out, is easily like 8 feet here to kind of allow people to of a larger stature to actually enter into it. And a second later, you kind of hear the and the door kind of opens and smacks against the side of the stone there, and you can see a very harried-looking gnomish individual that is kind of looking up at you all. Wireframes on the actual glass in the right eye has been kind of taken out, just left with the frames, kind of squinting at you all. Hair's kind of just a mess, and it's spread to all different sections of the head. Some of it is singed, and like there's soot marks all across the face. Kind of peers up to you all. Yes!
Is he tall? Is he taller than me by a little bit, or am I taller than him by a little bit?
I actually say you're probably a bit taller. He's pretty small.
Small ass, no.
Nadria's got this.
Kind of the neck's craning up. Yes!
Yeah.
Pick the
Hello.
tallest among us.
Yeah. Evening.
Help me.
We're looking to see if there are any places for us to stay here at all.
Yeah.
You want to stay here in this shithole town?
Yep.
What is wrong with all of y'all?
We've been sleeping outside in the snow for the past, week, so this is great.
This will feel like luxury,
It
honestly.
will be awesome.
Well, come in. I can see what I can do for you.
Okay.
The place is like surprisingly, it's clean inside, but it is just barren. Like there are different place settings. So there's like plates that are, I'd say, probably steel, and brass that are kind of scattered across the tables, and different cutlery that's been placed like next to them, ready for anybody to come in. It's a huge space, obviously, to accommodate the Goliaths that are usually the dominant population in Gosa. But you can see that there are different step stools up to the to the table itself that
I'll take the stool.
yeah, the gnomish individual kind of steps up. Well, what can I do for you? Just looking for beds?
A place to stay for a night or two would be fantastic. We're sick of camping out in the middle of snowy tundras and caverns.
Yeah.
Well, we don't usually do that here, but I can see what I've got. I mean, I have 6 spare beds in the attic if you want.
We do have a larger group of people.
I only
doing
have
this.
6 beds.
No, I mean we have more than what we have here, so it's
That's fine as long as you're okay with either
You and
sharing,
Dilbert
or
can
you
sleep
can
on one bed.
you can sleep with the horses, or you can sleep on the floor.
There's horses here?
Yeah,
Dilbert will sleep on the floor.
yeah, 6 is a perfect number for us.
6 is more than enough. We can honestly go for 2 if we really need it.
We'd like 6. Let's
But we'd like 6.
let's make that clear.
Sure, they kind of fix their glasses a little bit and squint at you all. Well, do y'all, the rest of y'all know how to get here?
We gave
Or-
direction
We would,
to.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, can I interest you in food or anything, or do you need
The crew guy just bounces up. Boing! What do you got? I've been eating mushrooms and greens for 10 days!
for the
I've
most
got food sorted, thanks.
For the most part, the food that is listed to you is really hearty stews for the most part, with things like there's yak meat on there, there's goat and elk. You get the picture that most of the food here is whatever was sourced around the space. They don't get too much in the way of produce, so a lot of this stuff is like potatoes that they can grow in underground facilities to shelter from the snow, those sorts of things, control the temperature a little bit. You didn't see too many greenhouses, so you assume what they've got is kind of a bit more rough and ready. But yeah, offers you like hearty stews with potatoes, different kinds of meat. There's also jerky, things like that on the menu.
Warm stew.
Please, a big bowl of stew for
Yeah.
me. I want the yak. The yak seems different.
So the charts.
Yeah, consulting the charts. I didn't bring my.
Star charts.
There'll be someone here. Well, more passion, more passion,
More energy. More energy.
more footwork. I don't know if I brought it with me. It'll be somewhere in here. I have too many notes. How big are we talking? Big, my size and your size, or big like huge size? Like.
Do you know the gate? Do you know the gatekeeper here?
Yeah, very well. Torque.
Does he ever come in here to eat?
Yeah, all the time.
What's his serving like?
Probably a bit bigger than you can handle.
I want that.
Well, all right.
Please,
then.
thank you.
Sure. And for the rest of you?
I'll just have regular size stew, please.
Do you mean like regular people size?
Or like Gilbert sized.
Not Dilbert size, just
I
like,
think Nadria size stew is what Nadria
Yeah,
would
like-
like.
like regular for me.
But like a bowl of associated with Nadria, not Nadria size stew. I just want to make that clear.
I mean, I got what they meant, but thank you for the clarification.
Well, you did offer a Nadria size stew, so I'm.
Well, I meant like regular size for people that are not Goliath or giants.
Yeah. And
I feel like this is way more confusing.
Could
than
you
it
do a
really
Nadria
need to
size
be.
stew?
no,
Yeah, I mean, it's probably Torek size.
That's what I'm about to eat.
Okay. Are you all having yak meat, or what are you?
I'll be having yak.
I'm
yeah,
fine.
sure. Yak meat.
Yak meat. I love yak meat.
No, wait. What does Chorak eat? Does he eat yak? I need to prove a point here.
I mean, really, whatever he feels like on
Then
the
for,
day.
I won't complicate it anymore. Yak's fine. Thank you.
Sure.
And if we were to take the 6 beds as well, how much would that cost us?
True.
Well, I'd say for each of your meals here, probably 5 silver per meal. And lodging-wise, I mean, we can call it square. I mean, how many days are you staying?
At least 2.
We're planning to leave in about 2 days.
2-3 days, maybe. Yeah.
Let me give you 10 gold, and we can call that square.
Whoa!
I mean,
That is crazy.
No, I, you're fun, fresh. I like the joint. I think we'd bring in more people.
and the town
You-
probably could use the income.
Yeah.
What do you think? I've been trying some new things with play settings, and I feel like this is going to be a good start.
I think this is great, especially you're marketing to both customers because this town obviously has a diversity. of people.
Exactly. Well,
So, yeah.
not really.
Well, a little.
Mhm.
Well,
We're
little?
travelers here, so
but anywho, yeah, no, it would be my pleasure. Please
Well-
accept this.
thank you. I appreciate it. Well, how about some, if you're heading off soon, I can give you some rations or some jerky for the road.
That would be amazing.
That'd be lovely, thank you.
Perfect. Well, we'll call it square. All of your meals are here.
Thank you.
Thanks, June.
Sorted.
That was very nice of you.
Sorted.
Thank you.
Sorted. We love small
And thank
business.
you. Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
I was looking for it. Hang on.
Steven.
Stephen Peter.
Steven Peter.
Oh, Stephen Peter.
It's Ishak, and I was like,
I mean this guy.
Oh no, sorry, I had it in the wrong document. Right. Rowan Beecham.
Rowan.
Beecham.
Beecham. Thank you.
Beetrum.
Beat rum. Awesome. Thank you. Rowan Beatrum.
Thanks, Rowan. Thank you. Do you prefer Rowan or Mr. Beatrum?
Well, really, whatever works for you.
I'll go with Rowan. It sounds more friendly.
Lovely
Sure.
to meet you, Rowan.
I don't believe I caught all of your names either.
I'm Krugar.
And Nadria.
June, that's Dilbert down there.
Hi.
And Ira's my cousin.
Oh, yeah.
We had a family vacation.
A little.
Interesting. Place to choose.
It sort of chose us in a weird way. But you know,
Yeah,
that's
I
life.
hear that a lot.
We're a bunch of adventurers looking to make the world a better place.
What kind of adventures have
Hide
you
to
been
the
on?
dice,
Anything
we're
I would know?
I list several wacky and crazy things that we've done, but obviously not too much detail about.
Destroyed a farmer's property one time.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of illegal.
We stopped a demon from eating children.
We did.
Well, I can't say I heard about that all the way here, but there were some of those scary-looking people that were here not too long ago.
On that point, did they appear in the town or did they
Oh
invade?
yeah, they were like flying by and they were just taking people.
They were taking people?
Yeah, who knows what they were doing with them, but sometimes they would just drop them, sometimes they'd fly them off to different places.
It's a gritty time being an adventurer.
What a time that we are alive in, hey?
Do you have any... So, people were dropped, people were carried. Was there some sort of origination point you could tell us about?
Like a ground zero?
Yeah.
Give me a second. Well, from what I remember, I was working a later shift.
What shift were you working?
I was
Thank you,
working
Rahul.
as a waitress in a cocktail bar.
You know what?
You know,
Right.
if you know, for the cultured people out there. I was working as a waitress in a cocktail bar.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought this was real.
Everybody got it.
I thought he was just like hairy, like little man.
Don't-
Could you imagine?
Don't you want
In his
me?
youth.
He's just like a week ago.
Well, a couple of nights ago, I was working late and waiting to see some of the other patrons out, and well, we saw a really bright flash of light, and then the fire kind of started in the temple. And I mean, we don't have the most fire-safe material, so
I'm noticing a lot of wood.
And
yeah,
thatch.
a lot of thatch. Kind of a bit of an oversight, if you ask me, but
You said temple?
yeah, there's a temple here, not too far.
To
From-
who?
To kill.
To keep. Yeah, that tracks. Oh. Oh.
And the fire started there?
Yeah, from what I can tell, and then there was this bright flash, and it kind of looked like we were gazing into another place, and then all of those demons came flying out, and there were like these bull-type creatures,
Oh,
What kind of creature?
like a this fucking voice.
You're doing well. You're doing great.
They were like, it was like a bull.
Oh, bull.
You couldn't get that? What do you mean?
I was half reading and
A
writing.
bull,
it.
you know, with the horns,
Oh.
charging at people, skewering them.
do you know if it walked on 2 feet or 4?
I only saw it on 4, but maybe on 2.
Sure. Well, that's a ton of information. Thank you.
Thank you.
I reckon tomorrow we'll probably go look at that if we're...
I think so.
Well, the temple's pretty much nothing at the moment, so I don't know how much information you get there, but adventurers like you, I mean, maybe you're able to pull out a bit more than us regular folk.
That's the plan.
Try and plug it up. Try and stop it from happening again.
Well, good luck.
Thanks.
From when we were in the Chronicle, we saw a depiction of Maleo
Mhm.
and whatnot. Could I try and subtly describe what I saw in that thing and be like, is that
Sure, what are you gonna say?
Insert description here because I don't have it fully written down. I don't know which page it's in. And then I would be like, did that resemble the different dimension you
Well,
saw?
yeah, I mean, the opening itself started really small, and it kind of got bigger and bigger. It was like this huge ring, or more like an oval, and it was kind of this weird red color. And inside we could see these dark kind of stone, what's the best way to put it?
I'm imagining this guy reading the Cthulhu book. Like, just
I got it behind you if you want it.
In this voice.
yeah, just audiobook, but just in this voice of like the scariest shit imaginable.
That'd be great.
Well, we could see these large, mesas that were dark stone. Some of them had, huge craters, and there were fire everywhere. And all of these creatures that were kind of lining to the side. It kind of looked like an army almost, but some of them were, really just horrible creatures.
Do you know, sort of the exact time that this happened?
I'd say probably 2 nights ago, maybe. Early evening.
Could I remember if that was roughly the same time that A9
It was
took
an accident.
the hard tube out of the bag of holding?
I would say. Sorry, that was my
He was
voice.
carrying it. I thought you were carrying it over.
That was my noise of disbelief.
We just have a tube that just destroys it.
Roll,
Oh, I don't know. It could,
roll a wisdom check for me. Let's say history. Actually, yes, history, not wisdom.
I'm gonna guidance myself. Triangle myself.
Do it now.
Math 13 plus 5 is 18.
What the freak? Jesus.
Oh,
18.
Yeah.
I mean,
God.
the time could line up. Saying early evening is kind of not super specific. Even with an 18, unless you looked really closely at the time, which you guys don't have anything really that you're using to measure the time, and you don't have perfect recall.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm sorry that I don't have key mind.
it could be. It could correspond to it.
Oh God.
What's your roll an intelligence check for me? Just a straight intelligence check.
Oh no! Did we do this?
That's a 20, not natural.
Okay. Sure. With a 20, I will say that there's a lot of variables here. It could be that there's a delay in the creation of the portal to get to the point where creatures could come through it, and where it would be big enough that you could see into it. So it's possible that even if you guys did open up the bag of holding and pull out the Zushtar tube, it's possible that the portal could have been delayed in its creation. You guys did take it in and out, so it'll kind of depend on which time specifically you're thinking about too. But there is a possibility of it being delayed or relating.
Uh-oh.
We've done it.
Oh, that sounds horrible. I'm really sorry that you had to go through that experience.
Well, I think I need a bit of a break. I mean, I broke my glasses in the whole situation, and I've been trying to find my lens for days.
We
Can
pay you
I-
to fix up your glasses.
Did you lose them here?
Yeah, I was poking my head out the window, and I closed it real quick,
Uh-huh.
and then I just slammed it into my glass and didn't pull my head away quick enough.
Okay, give me like a few minutes. Can I like go around and look to see if I can find like the
Sure.
lens?
Roll an investigation check for
Can I give the help action?
Yeah.
I'll help you.
I'm investigating the triangle. Well, it was a 19 when I rolled it. Math 4, 3, 4, 3, 7, 26.
With a 26, you scour the place from head to toe, and you can see up against the door to the kitchen what appears to be a cracked and kind of... There's a larger piece to it, but mostly cracked lens. Looks to have been like stepped on or kicked out of the way, or the door's been closed into it.
Tragic backstory.
And this is how I became
Oh no, I meant for
a
the
villain.
lens.
That's the lender's voice too.
I go up to Rowan, and I'm like, I've found the lens that you were looking for, but it's
You did?
yeah, it is cracked right in the middle, though. It seems to just have been stepped on during everything that happened.
Better than nothing?
God damn it!
We have a friend that can maybe fix it for you when they're done working.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. This kind of shit happens a lot here. And we don't have any access to a fucking optometrist. Kind of upsetting.
Career change.
Holds the hand out for the lens.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, it's not your fault. I shouldn't have shut it on my glasses in the first place. Thank you for your help.
It's okay.
I'll go sit down and wait for my giant-sized
Oh my
portion
God.
of food
Sure.
to
I
arrive.
will wait for my regular-sized portion food.
I'll chill out with them.
Sure. Rowan heads to the back, and after maybe about, I'd say, 10 minutes or so, 5-10 minutes, Rowan begins to bring out these huge, this huge bowl, followed by, maybe.
How is this little
It's-
gnome carrying this
it's-
gigantic bowl?
It's on a trolley.
It's
so
on a trolley. Okay, cool.
It's on like this wooden cart that's kind of being wheeled out. Has lots of different like spices, like the salt and pepper shakers as
Perfect.
well. Brings it out and hands you much more normal sized bowls. And then for Kruger, the bowl is probably about this big
Yeah.
and filled to the brim with stew.
How big's the bowl? Like in depth?
Maybe that big.
Oh my
Huge.
gosh.
Guys, I'm not eating breakfast or lunch tomorrow. I can tell you that.
Well, dig it and let me know if there's anything else I can do for you.
Do you have any ale or anything?
No.
Yeah, are you old enough to drink ale?
Yeah. I'm an
He's
adventure.
20. He just looks young.
I'm an adventure.
Roll a deception check.
Sure.
As they're saying that, I'm just like,
Youthful genes in the family.
Okay, well, if you're doing that with
yeah, I'm just shaking my
roll with
head.
disadvantage, then Jude.
14.
Well, I'm getting some kind of mixed messages, but I guess, yeah, I can bring out ale for you.
Thanks, Ron.
No, why? Remember last time? You don't.
Excuse you. I do.
No.
Thank you very much.
What happened?
No, you're thinking of the time before that.
Okay, what happened in any of those times then?
We don't talk about those.
Yeah.
The last time, I was very responsible, thank you very much. I only had one.
Uh-huh.
I'll look after you, Kruger. It'll be fine.
Well, I don't need looking after as a 20-year-old, but thank you very much
21,
anyway.
2,
As a
3.
drunkard, you might.
I'm not gonna get drunk. I'm gonna get full. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Sure. Rowan brings back out ale for those that want it.
I think it's just. Oh, I guess Dilbert and Ira here.
Yeah.
Dilbert, you want one?
Oh.
Dilbert's old enough, ain't he?
Also underage.
Dilbert is
no.
a child.
Isn't he like? He's like.
Dilbert is a child.
Also, do you really want to see Dilbert drunk? Like,
Please, please.
Oh no, actually no. He will burn the village down again.
I was gonna say there's not much left. So.
He'll burn the leftovers.
Thank you.
Well, that's all right. Let me know if there's anything else I can do for you.
Thanks.
Thank you. We'll just stay here for now.
Rowan passes over the keys to the attic, and kind of let you guys know whereabouts it is.
Thank you.
Just take your pick. Best of luck with your adventure, and if you need any assistance or anything, you let me know.
Thanks, Ron.
Yeah, will do.
Dilbert, you want to bunk with me? All right, cool.
Dilbert and Kruger. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I normally kind of sleep on him because he's like a nice thermal blanket.
It's really a day for the yard.
Yes.
Yos.
Yos.
Okay.
And then I dig it.
Rowan heads off.
Are we fine to just chill out here? And out of character, are we fine to pass it off to the others?
Mm-hmm.
Nigel will probably sit in the thing if you guys go upstairs to sleep, just so that they can.
I'm gonna be down here for a while.
But if we're staying there, that's
yeah,
fine.
I'm staying.
But
I'll stay downstairs as well.
if you guys go to sleep, I stay.
Perfect. The meat itself is a little bit tough and stringy
How I like it.
for yak meat, but it's surprisingly delicious.
This is real good shit,
It's
guys.
very, very filling. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, this is what I wanted. This is what I wanted to
You
do.
have to roll like 60 of them.
No,
then.
if I become into my giant form that lasts for a minute, can I then use that to help me eat?
Haven't you already done that today?
I can do it like 3
Oh,
times
okay.
a day.
Oh,
Sure.
Oh.
Hey guys, watch this. I'll step back, make sure there's enough room, because you said it's tall
Yeah,
enough
it's a
for,
tall ceiling. Yeah.
and if it can fit Torok, it can definitely
Wait.
fit me. What? I step back. Watch this. All right, now I can eat.
Oh.
That's all I'm doing. I'm growing big just to help me eat.
You can hear the brief, like, clattering of a pan or something falling to the ground, hitting the stone, and then you hear a, holy shit!
This is normal. Don't worry about it. I'll go back to normal in like a minute.
Can,
Rowan, like, just heard some commotion, and then this huge, like, deep, booming voice,
yeah.
and was like, fuck!
It's me, Kruger. Don't worry about it. It's a thing.
Literally, like, you guys didn't tell Rowan your name, so...
I thought we did.
Yeah, you asked us our names. So I said it.
Did you?
Yeah, I think so. Or maybe that was,
Or was that yours?
Slay.
I think that's yours.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
It just happened.
I swear we did just
I'm
talk.
not insane.
Yeah, no, I'm not insane either. I
don't
swear to God, we
remember.
just told him.
I don't remember it, but, you know.
We'll
Sure.
tell them our names now.
Sure.
Just in
Because he
case.
asked.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, no, I'm with you. We're not crazy, right?
Kruger's eating big style. Excellent.
Big stuff.
Alright, perfect. Sure. We'll say...
I'll use my last one too if I need to eat. That's nearly the end of the day. I'm gonna go to bed.
Sure.
So 2 minutes of being big then.
Yeah, I mean, depends on
How long?
how long you think, how quick you think Kruger would eat.
Fast. I'm hungry.
Sure. Then yeah, I'll say you can get it. You can get it done,
Thank you.
and you don't have to roll a con save.
Yeah.
But as soon as you come out of your giant form, you will.
So in a minute.
Excellent.
So in a minute. Roll a con save for
There
me.
we go. I tried.
We'll see if you need to puke or not.
That would be a 27.
Sure, for a 27, no puke in sight. You keep it down.
Does Kruger look noticeably
Yeah,
like
very bloated.
Oh, guys.
Roll them up the stairs.
June, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna need help. Ira.
None of us can. Oh, Ira can carry it.
Ira and June will carry
Ira,
her up the stairs.
June.
Well, it'll mostly be Ira, won't it? June has like a negative to
I'm
strength, right?
Yeah, but Kruger
Ira
still
was,
lost.
wouldn't she?
Yeah, but June has a negative to strength, right?
June would still help.
Sure.
I'm gonna need help. Oh, it's so full.
How many liters of stew did Kruger just devour?
Well,
Enough.
Nadria size.
Well-
Is the bowl.
Like the bowl was about this big and like this deep.
It's enough food for a 20
So,
foot,
like,
a 20-foot
6
tall
liters is
stone
it?
giant.
I'd say probably looking at 5 to 7 liters.
And I'm 2.6 normally. Where does it go?
It's just diffused into your blood.
It shrank. It shrank. Some of it
I
shrank
can't
with
argue
me.
with a 27 con.
Fair
so
enough.
I thought it was just gonna come straight back up.
I'm a
Just
fighter.
as you're slowly deflating, like a deflating balloon, it jets out.
Yeah.
of your mouth.
Bro, when you have a +8 to con saves and you roll a natural 19,
Yeah.
I can eat anything.
Yeah. Okay, so for the sake of things, you guys finish your meal.
Mhm.
Delicious.
Thank
And
you.
you head up to the attic, I'm assuming?
I stay down,
Sure, you're staying
waiting
down.
for everyone else.
No worries.
I will also stay downstairs after rolling Kruger upstairs.
Alright. Is there anything you guys would like to do downstairs, or shall we pass off to the rest of you?
Light conversation that I think we can brush over.
Alright. For the rest of you guys, I'll say that you make really good headway in actually healing the people that have been injured, that are suffering from various different ailments. And A9, you managed to repair a lot of the. What were you repairing? The table itself, or were you repairing the tools, or just doing all of it?
I think because I have woodcarver's tools in my inventory,
Yeah.
I'll start with the table,
Sure.
and then after that, refashion the woodcarver's tools into metalworking tools and sharpen
Sure.
the blades and.
How long are you guys staying for?
Well, probably stays. I'm not sure. Are there any like beds and stuff inside the actual hall? Or does it look
none
like there's
that
like
are-
an overnight shift or something that comes in, like another group of healers?
Not really. Not
Cool.
really. There are people that are there are nurses, let's say, that are patrolling the space, and just making sure that nobody's like grievously wounded.
Is there like a gap or something that I could like set like out back or something? I could set up a bed or something.
It's pretty chock-a-block.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd say you probably won't find too much space here, unless you're like laying on a table.
Yeah,
Um,
I will be fine with that. Or like under a table or something. I will just tell the nurses just like wake me if there's an emergency and just fall asleep on a
Sure.
table somewhere.
Sure.
No, dedicated to the craft.
There's no overnight doctor or anything. Everyone stays the night there.
Sure. I'd say probably about 2.5, maybe almost 3 hours later, Kimberly is kind of looking very, very weary, very, very spent. She's got like blood covering up the side of her face, all up her arms and hands. And is kind of, just looking like she definitely needs a rest. And if you're staying, she'll kind of head over to you first. I'm assuming the rest of you have kind of grouped together, like the three of you have kind of grouped in a similar area. Well, unfortunately, feeling the exhaustion creeping up on me for having been up for far too long, so with no spells left and no more materials at the moment, I'm afraid I have to retire. Is there anything else I can do for you?
I'm just flat out exhausted as well. It's just like I'm just going to sleep.
Very well. I think it's well deserved. You too?
Will I've used all my souls?
I'd say so, yeah.
Okay, I'll just say I'm also really tired.
Very well.
I appreciate the offer, but I don't think there's much more we need your help with for the time being.
Right, well, I suppose you know where to find me, if there's any disaster. If not, I'll see you bright and early, I'm sure, tomorrow. And she kind of gives you all a polite nod, and then kind of strides to the doorway and kind of heads out into the night. You can see that people definitely defer to her. A lot of people are kind of like moving out of the way as she looks very, very like exhausted, kind of a little bit over and pissed off, and there's blood that's like coating from the top of her forehead down all the way to the collar of her armor, and all up her arms. Right, and so for the rest of you, you're heading to the rest, I assume, and then
Yep.
Abelard, you're sleeping
Yeah.
there. Sure.
Just out of more of an RP sense, Adelard, before going to bed, cleans all of his equipment
Perfect.
and goes to bed.
Sure. I'll say that takes you a little bit of time, but yeah, you can easily go to sleep, and actually an undisturbed night as far as you're concerned at the med bay, and the rest of you can
Fine.
mark off a long rest as well.
And knock off a racket.
And I think that is a pretty good place for us to take our break for this evening.
Let's go.
Scone time.
Scone time.
Scones!
Scone time.
Sorry.
We're having scones that Lochland, Hummes, and Wark Mother Spoon made. I'm very excited about that. So thank you guys so much for joining us for this first part. For everybody who's on Twitch, we will see you guys in just a couple of minutes. For everybody who is on YouTube, we will see you in the next part. Much love to you all. It's always a pleasure and never a chore to DM for you. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Goodbye for now.
Woo! Woohoo!